just chillin', kicking it, kissed by the sun. Could be soaked to the skin in the morning. I know she got the good vibes when seasons change, but we're the same. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes are funny, my tongue tied up, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. And we up in our growlings when people change, but not us. And we just chillin', kicking it, kissed by the sun. And we up in our growlings when people change, but not us. And we just chillin', kicking it, kissed by the sun. Could be soaked to the skin in the morning. I know she got the good vibes when seasons change, but we're the same. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word. And we up in our growlings when people change, but not us. And we just chillin', kicking it, kissed by the sun. Could be soaked to the skin in the morning. I know she got the good vibes when seasons change, but we're the same. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes are funny, my tongue tied up, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. like a bass guitar. Simmer down and mash me up. Tripping like I'm Jimmy at Woodstock. Drumming round and going forward. Shivers down my spine. Could be soaked to the skin in the moss. I know she got the good vibes when seasons change, but we're the same. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes are funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. A bass guitar, simmer down and mess me up, tripping like I'm Jimmy at Woodstock. Me up, drumming round and going forward, shivers down my spinal cord. Oh, 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 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding. Even if my jokes are funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't
And welcome to Tier 4 round 8 at Azerbaijan around the Baku street circuit. I'm here on comms by myself and it looks fairly overcast in the pit lane here, but I think it is dry. It doesn't look wet. We have a nice full grid today. Got an intense championship battle both in constructors and drivers. The standings at the moment are looking like Trick Pines in P1 with 102 points and just 18 points behind our captain Angus in second place. After that, it's a bit of a jump to Lay Off My Salt and Geordie Stan on 52 and 50 points respectively. And on the constructor side, it's Ferrari on 132, Haas 29 points behind, and Red Bull a further 3 points behind. So those are going to be the ones to look out for. I think in terms of just raw pace around the single lap, you're going to have to be looking at IFC Pines, Taylor Boss, Lay Off My Salt, Captain Angus are probably the favourites. Those four, maybe Legacy as well, are the ones I would be looking at for who is going to be taking pole today. I'm hearing reports in the Tier 4 general chat of a full wet race. So this could be absolute carnage, as it is dry on track now. But I believe we will be seeing a full wet race according to the drivers. So the telemetry and lap data up, and drivers are setting off around their first outlap as left, so it's left the session. One thing to note is a track which is very brutal on the tyres, especially the rear tyres. Yes, that will be less of a problem in the wet conditions, much lower tyre wear, but quality laps, the tyres are really only good for one lap. As a short qualifying and they've got a wet race, they don't have to think too much about it. They can just go for 3 runs on the softs, but if you're doing a full qualifying like you might do in T1, you have to be much more considerate, as there's already a yellow flag. Who was that? Is it Muteki, sorry, the Tier 5 driver was having upper tier in Tier 4. I'm not too sure. But who is that out at the front? It is the Mercedes of V8X Ghost, and he'll be the first one to ride on board with here. And I think Baku in the dry is already carnage, but Baku in the wet might be even crazier. And I expect to see a fair few DNFs today, as we can ride on board here with V8X Ghost for his first lap of the session. Going to open the DRS in about 200. Oh, there's already a 5th place for Skion for a collision with Maldonado, braking down to turn 1. Clips that apex nicely. Gets good traction out on the exit, up to 7th. Oh, he clips that inside curb, which sends him a little wide. That is definitely not optimal. Salt is back in the session. Down into turn 3, hard on the anchors. Gets it turned in nicely. That was beautiful, taking that apex. You don't want to hit these curbs, it unsettles the car. Had a couple stabs at the steering wheel there, but again, you hit the apex nicely. This is a difficult corner. Easy to brake late. Gets it turned in nicely. Hits that inside curve, which is going to lose him a bit of time. It's looking fairly tidy for a first lap. Braking. You go down to 2nd here. Yep. Could have taken a bit more curb, and it sends him a little bit wide. They keep the speed up turning in. Off curve there. That was nicely done. Or he gets. Going to lose him time. Right on the edge of track limits there, through his fast left-hander, easily flatten these cars, although in the wet in the race that will be a different question entirely. Or braking down there, and he hits that inside curb again, sending him wide. Very similar all these curves, you've got to attack him in the same way. You just want to... He invalidates, so his lap will count for nothing, but Legacy is on a lap and he is still valid. Purple in the middle sector, and what time is he going to be setting? Easily flat through the S section here. And it is just how much top speed has he got. Seems to be running up to, he's going to get well over 200 miles an hour once he opens the DRS. down towards the line. Pole in tier 5 was a 39.6. It's a 39.8 banker. Not a bad effort from Legacy, as we're about to see the first set of banker laps coming in. We've got Mutiek. So some yellows in sector 1. Ricard going down the escape road. Mutiek is going to set his banker vote, and there's going to be a 40.0. 2 temps off. Who else? Is a McLaren. Oh no, he's just starting a lap. The other Alpha Tower, if not Maldonado, will be setting his... Oh, nope. He is invalidated. Then Pines, the championship leader, is on his out lap. It would be rude to not watch this lap. I think I've gone past this lap. Braking down into turn 1. Oh, incredibly laggy. Hard to tell what's going on. Astro just says a 42-1. Not a particularly competitive time. What is going on? What? What am I watching? Oh. Okay. Okay, we're going to watch someone else, I think, as Royale sets a 40.3 and Angus goes half a second clear. 39.3 on his first lap. Impressive time from Captain Angus. Half second clear. Purple lap. Beautiful stuff from him, as he will be looking to fall back to IFC Pines. Got Callum on a lap here, coming through the fast left-hander already on board here. Keeps it easy flat. Going to be braking in the downhill braking zone. Often easy to misjudge a downhill braking zone, but he spots it nicely. All the way down to second gear. Might not be optimal. Holds it in 6th. Around the left-hander. Doesn't use all the track on the exit. As in that time, Gaz has set a 40.3 and active subset at 40.4. Through the S section he comes. Flat out all the way to the line here. As he opens the DRS now. Might be getting a slight... No, the car pulls into the pit, so no slipstream. And it was going to be a 40.3 for Callum, enough for P4. How is IFC Pines doing? Hard to tell with his lag, but he will be setting a lap here. What is... The lap will be a 40.3. Not sure if the lag is hindering him or if it's just very weird for us to watch, but he is almost a second off the pace of the championship rival. As Taylor Boss goes only into P9, 40.9. Must have made a mistake on that lap, as we normally think he's such a strong qualifier, but that is not the pace you've seen him set in other races. Mini Devil on a lap now. I believe this was the pole sitter in tier 5. Well, he's got very little ERS at the start of his lap, so that could cost him. In chat, who do we think will get pole? Who do we think? But Mini Devil here, late on the brakes there as he goes a bit wide. Losing time there. Again, just a little bit too late on the brakes. Doesn't get it hooked up perfectly, but it's not too bad. As Extreme, I believe, has just gone into P4 with a 40.2. Yeah, I'll have to keep track of all the laps coming in. I think Not Maldonado also set a lap, but it's not a matter. Always, Heinz is just lagging everywhere. Maybe he had crashed, it's hard to tell. VRL Flare, 41 dead. Oh, there's a car in front, lay off my salt. Oh, he's kind of not very nice from lay off my salt. Could have got out of the way much nicer than that. Definitely not helping Mini Devil's lap here, but Mini Devil's got no ERS as he's entering the final straight, and he's going to lose absolute buckets of time here because of it. That's really costing him, and I think he'll struggle to set a competitive lap time because his rivals are hitting 200 miles an hour here on this straight, and he's not going to be able to reach over 190, it looks. So it's just losing so much time with this straight, and it's he's got a lot of time in that if he manages the battery. But as Ghost, AX Ghost in the Mercedes, goes on to provisional pole by half a tenth of a second. Impressive lap. Who is on a lap? As a who just went up? Atney, I think, 40.1. Is Marcus on a lap? Marcus may be on a lap, so we're going to watch it. Nope. Out. Marcus, the drive. practice or knowledge of the track, started another lap down into third. Bit of understeer there, probably a little bit too late on the brakes. But that one is hooked up nicely. Oh, a bit squirrely on the exit. Hopey for pole. Well, we'll have to set a lap first, Eli, and then we can talk about him getting pole. Again, a little bit deep on the brakes there. He somewhat misses the apex. So he's going to be losing a bit of time because of that. As, oh, who's that? Oh, Kopi goes up into P5. So not a bad time, but not exactly in the contention for pole at the moment. Who's in the Williams? I believe active subset. Is that in the Williams? I think Atney is in the Williams. Oh, I missed the sector 1 split for Legacy, but coming through castle section, takes the curb nicely. Very conservative on that inside curb. You can cut a lot of that inside curb on your hot lap, but he is going to be flat out through his left-hander coming down to the sector 2 split. What is it going to be? Oh wait, no, it's after this one, my bad. All the way down to second there. I keep it in third. And he is half a second up on his lap, but he goes a bit wide there. He needed a good last sector if he wanted to beat that provisional pole time. And then very conservative on the S's, so a little bit more, but going to open the DRS. And he is going to pick up a little bit of a toe from Mini Devil there, so that's helped him. As Taylor Boss is out, someone we thought could be a strong qualifier here, as stays P3 but improves by 0.4 of a second. Captain Angus is on a lap here, hits that apex nicely. Taylor is out, one of the fastest qualifiers in tier 5 and can easily match the tier 4 boys. Is out and will be starting no higher than P14. Sector 1, he has already found a 1/4 of a second in Sector 1 on his 39.3. So this is looking like a strong lap so far. Captain Angus got a bit of traffic in front, cuts that curb nicely, short shifts into 4th, down into the castle section, takes that nicely. He's got a ski on in front of him in the Alpine, I believe. We're hoping he gets out of his way. Ski on is only on his out lap. Nice fast left-hander coming into the downhill braking zone. Oh, he could have broke a little bit later there, but he kept it nice coming into the sector 2 split. He is 8/10 up. So this is an exceptional lap so far from Captain Angus. He is on for a mid-38, an incredibly strong time. Going to be opening the DRS. And just has to run to the line, but this looks like it could be, as it is a 38.5. He is 8/10 clear of the field, and no one is going to take a brilliant lap for people to match that. The AX Ghost is on his out lap. Anyone else on a hot lap? Ski on. Tier 4 champion last season. Pole doesn't matter? It matters, but also being 8/10 quicker than everyone else also matters a lot, because that means it will be faster in the race most likely. But struggled to find a good form so far this season compared to last season, Skiod, and he will be hoping to change that. 35.0 through the first sector. No idea if that's good. A lot of curb there. I think he was lucky to not invalidate. Going towards the castle section. Could have taken a bit more curb there. Down to second. Cuts that turn nicely and is early on the throttle. Down towards this left-hander into the downhill braking zone. I think, is that Pines has just set a faster lap of a 39.6? Now, oh, will you be able to pick up a toe from the car in front? It looks like it. Lay off my sock. Oh, what the fuck? Well, they crashed. Skion, there's a, I think that's another 5 place. I think Skion's got a 10 place grid penalty now. That's unfortunate. V8X Ghost, is he on a hot lap? Not sure. No, he's not. He's not deploying ERS. Pines is on an in-lap. Active Subset is on an in-lap. Atney, are you on a hot lap, sir? You could well be, so we're going to watch you. As Callum has gone up into P3 with a 39.3. Have a look through a fast left-hander. So I'm going to make about the 50 meters board. Takes that very nicely. Spots his braking point perfectly. And he is half a second up on his best time. This is looking good for 39.6. Going to open the DRS at about 200 or so miles an hour as he's going to improve his lap to a 39.5, enough for P5 on the grid. And remember guys, the grid is important as overtaking in the wet conditions is not going to be easy, that's for sure. Ghost, is he on a lap? I think he is. He's even with his sector 1 time. Hits the inside curve there. Suboptimal. Lots of curb. Approaching the castle section. Royal disqualified for walking as he clatters the wall there. Don't know how he survived that. He absolutely whacked it and just kind of kept going. Royal is disqualified. He will be starting in last. I don't think he did brake test his skill. I think he was just going a lot slower than you, but okay. Coming into the sector 2 split, he's half a second quicker. So this is looking to challenge Captain Angus' time, but he needs to find another 3 temps. Is he going to be able to find those 3 temps in this last sector, which is really only 1 corner? Coming up. I think Mini Devil's gone P5 since we last saw him. What time will it be? 39.7. 2 temps off. Strong lap, but not enough to dislodge Captain Angus from pole. Legacy, is he on a lap here? He's a quarter of a second down on his time, or up on his time, sorry. We want to watch Kopi? Okay, we can watch Kopi if people want to. He's in the pits. Okay, nice. Crossing, there was a crash there somewhere. Should I just skip past? Kopi, oh, Kopi's retired. All you people wanting to watch Kopi. As it is a 39.1, enough for P3 for Legacy. Ghost, I doubt, will be setting another lap in this qualifying session. Angus will be setting another lap, as will Pines, the 2 championship protagonists. God, and he's still lagging everywhere. Mini Devil, not on a lap here. Yeah, a lot of people retiring as they will not be setting laps in this session. Astrojet, massively up on his time if that delta was correct. DRS open. He's run out of battery and it is going to be a 40.4, only enough for P13. IFC Pines is on his lap, but it's fairly unwatchable and not easy to figure out what's even happening, so I think we're going to leave that and we're going to go watch the pole sitter, Captain Angus, as he takes that nicely. Will be able to pick up a bit of a slipstream from the car in front. Doesn't look like it as he's got the, I think that's Mini Devil in front of him. Don't know if Mini Devil's on the lap, but that could, oh, it's not Maldonado actually. Oh, there's a crashed car of Marcus. Could have distracted him, but he kept it going nicely. And another parked car of IFC Pines, who he has bottled his last lap and will not be improving. Half a tenth up for Angus. He's going even faster at the moment. But he's got a traffic of not Maldonado to contend with, who he might be catching here. A lot of curb, and he's catching him quickly, but Maldonado shows no sign of getting out of the way. He may be on a lap of his own, unknowing to Captain Angus. But he's going to be gaining on the straight, but it's going to be costing him massively in the corners. But if he's at a reasonable time coming through his sector 2 split, he could gain massively on the back straight. But look, there's going to be a big wash of dirty air there. And we're going to see Oh, as he goes wide there, and he's a tenth up on his time though. So picking up this slipstream, he could be going faster than what he has already set with the slipstream from Maldonado. Because he is going to be gaining speed all the way down this straight. And is Maldonado on his own lap? He is on his own lap. Slipstream from not Maldonado. Marcus the tyres. He will not be setting a time. Oh, and they do crash! A 38.4, but what was Angus doing? Oh dear. 5-place grid penalty for Angus. And Jesus Christ, what on earth was that? As that is a 5-place penalty for Angus, so it will be V8X Ghost starting on pole. So yeah, late drama at the end. Captain Angus will lose his pole position no matter how good his lap. Skill and Desert with 2 5-place grid penalties will be dropped down to last. Well, actually no, Royale I guess disqualified will be last. Left Myself with a 5-place and no time will be second or third last, but Trix needs to pattern up his internet, I can't lie, like, it must be very difficult for others to drive with him. As we have no formation lap, it is going to be 5 lights in the wet in Baku, and away we go. Looks like Legacy gets a good launch, but is he going to be able to challenge into turn 1 as the Alpine goes darting off the front 2 into turn 1, and the Ferrari gets through past the Mercedes. A V8X Ghost. There was an Alpine off, I think, and a McLaren spun round of Astrojet, not able to deal with these wet conditions, and that is already a safety car of some variety. Although we can't really see here. 5-second penalty for Ski on Desert. And oh, let me see what time we're on. I assume we're all on the same. Yep, all on the intermediates. So not for wet conditions, but yep, as we can see, I think it's full course, or is it just VSC? It doesn't say. VSC. I just saw on the little timing board it said VSC, but I can't see it anywhere because this game isn't great. No, there's no formation lap. Had to avoid someone and missed your braking point. Well, I mean, if it causes an incident, it's on you, but it doesn't matter. Keep racing, Ski on. Stop typing in the Twitch chat. And did Pines just get overtaken, or is Pines in AI? Why are people overtaking Pines under safety car? What is happening? Everyone's able to overtake Pines under VSC somehow. He's so incredibly bugged. But Legacy leads this race as we are green flags again underway. Ghost is incredibly close. He's got a better restart, but he's not going to be able to challenge down into whatever the hell this turn is. But he's literally pushing him down towards the last braking zone of the track. Is he going to go for the move? He is going to go for the move. Got to be really careful through these S sections. I'd be surprised if we don't see a few casualties through them. But Legacy is going to pick up a slipstream as Royal gets past Extreme. And there we go, Yellow's in sector 3. I think that is TRT Marcus falling down the pack, but Legacy has the slipstream on VX Ghost as Extreme has retired. Is he going to go for the move down into turn 1? No. As Lay Off My Salt has also retired. And this has allowed Captain Angus to get all the way back up to P3. He is right back in contention for the lead after his 5-place grid penalty. And he is going to be putting pressure on Legacy as Callum losing the rear on the exit. Taylor Boss is down into last. What is this camera angle? This isn't showing shit. Anyway, Extreme is left as oh, fucking full course safety car. We can chill out for a bit. People dive into the pits, some new wings, I assume, and some new whatever. The game's loud. I can turn down the game. Bye. As it's ghosted again on the safety car. This game's very weird. Wait, has Legacy lost positions? Am I hallucinating? People getting overtaken on the safety car. Yeah, and Flair is up to P8, so let's have a look at who are the winners and losers from his opening couple of laps. Where's positions gained? There we go. So, Captain Angus up 3 places. Brilliant for his championship battle. And it is a box from V8X Ghost as he gets a drive-through for speeding on the safety car. That is going to ruin his race. Which puts Legacy into the lead. Captain Angus up into second. Active Subs has made up 4 in the Williams, as has Muteki, his teammate. 5 positions. 9 positions for VRLR Flair. Pines hasn't disconnected. Pines left. He's chosen to leave just because his Wi-Fi is so bad. Ski on Desert up 10 positions, but they're accusing him of some questionable driving in Tier 4 General, so we'll see how that pans out after the race. Drive-through was for speeding on the safety car. Well, at least that's what the game said, so I guess you must have gone over the Delta while you're entering the pits. It's unfortunate. The Delta is very erratic in this game and hard to it's quite easy to get a safe driver, especially in the wet conditions. But Captain Angus has got to fancy himself for this win now. Tucked up behind Legacy. Not easy in the wet conditions, but he is going to be looking for the move. And people like, I think Ghost has lost out massively here. 12 positions and he's still got a drive through to serve. This is a tough time for him. And this is, I think Angus would be only 2 points off the championship lead after this race. Yeah, that's unlucky, Ghost. Kopi up to 6th, yep. 5 positions made in the opening 2 laps. And he's up to from P11 to P6. Scoring good points so far, and if he can keep it consistent, I mean, he's going to have a good result here. Callum is stuck true in P3 where he qualified. After a bit of a shuffle about around him, he's still on the podium, and Marcus is still alive, I'm sure, to his surprise. He is still going, engine still running, and 5 positions up from P17 to P12. I think we're going to have a couple more laps of this. As what is happening with Taylor back here? Yeah, we're going to have Taylor catch up to the back of the safety car, and then we will be able to get going. Okay, who are we saying is favourite to win this race? Legacy, Captain Angus, Callum, or maybe an outlier, someone else potentially? Who else could it be? As Taylor's almost caught up to the back of the pack here, so hopefully we can get racing this lap. And it's such a long straight. If you are to lead a safety car restart here, I think you want to take it close to the line. You don't want to try and go early, especially in these wet conditions. It's not easy to get a great launch and gap everyone. I think you'll be looking to take it close to the line and just reduce that distance, minimize the risk of a slipstream, giving your opponent the advantage on you. So if it is in this lap, which I do hope it is, come on, be in this lap. They're basically caught up. Wait, Gaz has fallen to lot. I don't know. Taylor's now ahead of Gaz somehow. You have slightly fresher inters, but it shouldn't make a massive difference as safety car is in this lap. Legacy will start to back up the pack. Hines has joined back. Maybe he'll have it now. As oh, lovely time for a screen free. Legacy. Angus will be waiting, warming his tyres. When is Legacy going to go? And he's gone now. He's got a good restart. And doesn't look like Angus is going to be close enough going into turn 1 to have a go. But Kopi is close to the back of Mutiek. Is he going to look for a go as Marcus? Oh, something must happen behind it. Is Kopi going for the move? No. Top 7 all sticking in order. Marcus has made his way up into P8 somehow. Great restart. Hines is dropping badly. Oh, it's his AI is dropping badly, I guess. Marcus, 5 seconds for ignoring yellow flag. Interesting from Marcus. Don't know how that's happened. Must have gone earlier. Must have gone before the green flag had dropped. And I can't tell who's close because all the deltas have disappeared. But Angus is right on the back of Legacy and he is going to be pressuring him. Can I have some deltas blank, please? I can't tell who's close. Who's close? Come on, where's the sector 1 split? Does that not give us deltas? Do I have to wait for a whole lap? Oh, as Skion drops down the order somewhat behind Pines, who I think is back racing now, but is lagging all over the shop. Oh, as Astrojet crashes, he is out. Please don't be a safety car. Pines teleports. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh my god, it's... Oh, as Skion crashes on the safety car. Oh dear, Skion. He's going to have to reverse that one out the wall. That is going to require a trip back to the pits with his tail between his legs to go get a new front wing. As Astrojet bins it, Skion bins it in the process, and we have another full course safety car. Oh my god. Okay, so will anyone dive into the pits? Are they all happy on their just 4-lap inters? I think staying out is the right call. There's a few do dive in. I expect some for new wings. Skion is coming in. And they will have the advantage of fresh inters, 5 laps over the leaders, but the pace difference is not massive. The wear, even though it's a fairly high degradation track, the wear is fairly low on the intermediate tyres. So, yep, Skion down to last. The two Alpha Tower is having a tough time of it. Down in 14th and 15th. Muteki has dropped from a strong position. I think we saw him in P5 at one point. Pines has left the session again, struggling with it. Mark is teleporting everywhere. Apparently his Wi-Fi suboptimal, I would say, same as IFC Pines. Was Quali dry? Yes, Quali was dry. Although I'm not sure if they were running wet setups or not, but Pole was... Oh, fuck, what was Pole? It was a mid-30, I think it was a 38.5 mint from Captain Angus. A strong lap, very strong lap. And we have apparently into weather for the whole race, I believe. As they said before, it said full wet. And only on lap 6, and I think we've had a yellow flag, a VSC and 2 full safety cars. Mint. With your somewhat broken wheel. I'll be watching on my phone for sure. As we're still waiting for a couple cars to catch up, so it definitely won't be in this lap. Marcus into the pits, as is IFC Pines, for a new wing potentially, or just some fresh tyres. I think Pines' AI is the one which has taken the idea to pit. Oh, sorry, 38.4, not a 38.5. I'm very sorry, Eli, for getting that wrong. Marcus is serving his 5-second penalty. And Pines is doing the same thing. Anyway, there will be the two back markers now, trying to fight their way through the field as his teammate leads the race still from Captain Angus, and he will be praying that he can keep him at bay, as Captain Angus is his championship rival, just 18 points behind him. And at this rate, they would be exactly even going into the 9th round of the championship. Who else notably? Active Subset, the reserve. Struggled to get in the lobby, but now he's in, to the joy of many drivers. He is doing very well in a solid P4. Kopi, another fan favourite, you might say. Up in P5, a strong points position. Can he hold on to it? Can he get any further up? Taylor, after a bit of a qualifying nightmare, which is a rarity for him. We normally see him so strong in these qualifying sessions. He qualified near the back after retiring early. He is up into P9 and will be looking to push on. Slight tyre advantage to the top 7. 2 laps fresh. Sure. Will we see it in this lap? Hopefully. Marcus. Wait, where the fuck is the safety car gone? Wait, what? Where's the safety car? Where's the safety car? What the fuck is it doing? Why is everyone... Oh, this game is so shit, man. This game, man. So we're gonna have way longer on the safety car now, it looks. As Captain Angus pits. Captain Angus pits from P2 to get a front wing change. He must have made a mistake under safety car. He is getting a fresh front wing, and that will drop him back into last position, I think. Last position on the intermediate tyres is not going to be easy for him to make any overtakes. And he's behind the AI of IFC Pines now. Where is the SC? I don't fucking know what the safety car... What does it do? It's just sitting there on the straight, waiting to pick them all up. I don't get this game, man. So I guess I'll just have to catch up again. Although it does look like the sun is coming out. Does it look like the sun is... Oh, Flair also says the sun is coming out. So, can we see... Are we going to see a transition to dry tyres in this race? That is the question. The safety car is going to pick him up here. Wait, what is happening back here? It's an absolute mess. Angus has managed to overtake Marcus. How's that happened? I don't know how that's happened. I don't know what's happening. This game is so bugged. The safety car has picked the leaders back up. Oh, as Angus is retired. What? Angus has retired from the session. I'm not sure why Angus is retired. Marcus teleported and destroyed his car. All the cars will be caught up, so hopefully we'll get to go racing again. Please say the safety car is coming in. It's not desync, it's just lag. It's not desync, it's just connection issues, it's server issues. Desync is a bit different, where the car you just don't see on your screen. But Legacy is backing up the pack, and he now does not have the Aston Martin of Captain Angus to contest with, but the McLaren of Callum 8869. And then behind that, Kopi finds himself in a podium position. So when will Legacy bolt? When will he plant the right foot? And he goes now. Callum has responded quite well, but Legacy, it looks like, has done just enough to keep ahead of the Ferrari. As Kopi comes into the pit, so he must have got damage, and it's an... Well, it wasn't really a dive bomb, to be fair, because he made the apex nicely. And Legacy just broke very early, it seemed there. Unless he has damage of his own. As Taylor Boss has found his way up into P4. Flair, what is happening? Is the timing screen correct? Taylor Boss finds his way up into P4, and Legacy is really struggling here. Has he got damage? It doesn't look like it. He just seems to be really struggling in these conditions. Taylor Boss is now going to line him up, and he's going to be hungry for the move, as Legacy seems to just be falling backwards now. Don't know what is happening to Legacy, but he's dropped 2 positions on this opening lap to Callum, who now leads the race, and VLR Flair just dropped down to P10. Must have made a small mistake. I don't have any deltas, so I can't see who's really fighting who. But Mutiek on the fresh inters compared to the 9 laps of Royale XT. He's going to be looking for the pass, that is for sure. Zero off players dropping further down. He is having issues. Oh, big snap of oversteer on the exit as Flair and Skion are trading places. Skion slow on the exit, and Marcus, is he going to be looking for a move? I can't say. This lag is a bit mad. As Pines goes past a pair of them. Did Skion hit the wall there? Has he got damage? Oh yeah, he's got no front wing. He's absolutely lost his whole front wing. And Callum is just driving away from active subset. Look at the lead he's managed to get. And Legacy has a great run on active subset here. He's going to drive to the left, take the inside line for turn 1, as it is a drag race down towards the braking zone. He will brake later. He got outbroke by Callum at turn 1. 1 lap ago. Will he be able to outbrake active subset down into turn 1? It looks like he's done enough to be ahead. And he has. He reclaims P2 and is now just 2 seconds behind the leader, who will start hunting down again. Mini Devil and Maldonado switching places of 2 Alpha Tauris. Mini Devil now ahead. And there is a bit of a scrap going off in front. Mutech within a quarter of a second of Royale. Skion and Gaz both forced to the pits. And Mutech really putting the pressure on Royale here with his 6th lap. Fresher tyres. Definitely a challenging track to drive, even more challenging in wet conditions. And although we did say it was getting sunny, it does not seem to be showing any signs of drying up yet. It is still very much into conditions and doesn't look like it's changing, and look how close. He's able to follow about 2 tenths, has a little look down the inside, but he's not going to go for the move here. Trying to scare him into a mistake. And it's not going to be easy to make an on-track overtake without forcing somewhat of a mistake. As, speaking of mistakes, Atne, it looks like he has hit the wall at castle section. Did he lose any wing? He may have, because he's not really got the pace of Royale, who breezes past him. And Atne goes to the move, and Mutech goes for the move, and Atne lets him have it. He knows. But is he going to go for a move down into the downhill left-hander? No. Thinks better of it, but he is pushing him through this final sector. And Legacy is closing in as a yellow flag out, as Atne is out, not able to control his car. Please, oh for fuck's sake, man, I can't be bothered. We're getting some good racing there. Taylor was closing on P3 and Legacy was hunting down the leader. But it's all stopped now because we've got another pissing safety. It's on reduced. Oh, Marcus up into the points. Don't know if he'll know what to do once he gets there, but he is in a points paying position at the moment. With 0 practice in these challenging wet conditions. Lots dive into the pits for fresh intermediate tyres, but the leader Legacy stays out, and he's going to be the only one on these 11 lap inters that he chooses track position ahead of any higher advantage he may gain. Will the 11 lap tyre difference between him and someone like Callum in P5? And Marcus is in P4. What the fuck? Marcus Berg is in P4. Jesus. Impressive stuff from the young Dutchman. Legacy leads the race from Muteki and Mini Devil, both in great positions. Only 5 laps on their tyres. Will Muteki be looking at this and thinking he can take the win here? Out of iLegacy's hands. And guys, with this tyre situation, who do we think has the biggest advantage? Is it Legacy with the track position in the wet conditions? Is it Mutiek just P2 on the 5 laps? Or is it Callum P5 on the fresh intermediate tyres? What do we think, guys? I think, oh, it's hard to say, but I think Callum has the pace and tyres to win this race. And I think he is the one holding the cards. We believe in Skion. Skion Desert down in 14th. 6 lap tyres, so there's no tyre advantage, there's no track position, but Min Elephant believes in him as the driver he is, the Tier 4 champion. Crazier things have happened, but I think it's an outside chance, that's for sure. I think we'll have another lap under safety car here. I'd be shocked if anyone pits, as they will lose all track position they've ever had. And I wonder what kind of wear. Does Skill have a front wing on? Yeah, he's got a front wing on. He's got a full front wing there. Muteki 100%, says Eli. Jeff doesn't know what tyres are better. As in, drying. Because visually, obviously I'm not drying. But visually, where the fuck is the safety car just gone? No, no, no. Oh, okay. Safety car is just doing its thing. It's just doing its thing where it teleports. Okay, this is quite annoying, but it fixed itself last time. If it all. But if they are, I mean, like slicks definitely wouldn't work. Obviously, I'm not the one out there driving, but just from the amount of standing water, the amount of seeing from the cars, it doesn't look. Hopefully this will fix itself again, as it did last time. Doesn't know if dries or inters are better. I guess it actually, the rain has lightened up, like through this section here. I don't see them working yet, but maybe once the car's in, something like Flair or Gaz in like maybe a bit of a, not in the points, you're not on for a brilliant result as it stands, maybe you take that risk. But I'd be shocked if we see any of the front runners going through it, as I think it is a big gamble to put a pair of slicks on now. Who will pit? Will anyone pit? As Legacy staying out. As they are approaching a safety car, will it accept? Who's host? I'm host, but I don't think this has anything to do with my host. It is fairly stable. It happens to host, so I don't think it's relevant. We're not going to start host blaming again. As Flair's retired. How the hell is that? How he's just gone off? Too hot into turn fucking 3. And he's binned it. That's it. It's over, which is unfortunate. Look, same position there. It's not to be. As Flair's left the session, hopefully these two here can catch up before the end of this lap, and we can get racing again. Is he having an AI, or is it? No. They just need to catch up. But I think they have caught up at the end. The safety car is in this lap. 12 laps left of, fingers crossed, safety car free racing. And I think the 3 favourites have got to be Legacy, Muteki and Callum here on the other track. Dry. It's gonna, it might. restart for the move as Legacy keeps the lead. Oh, as he goes wide, and Mini Devil takes from his hands. Muteki losing out to Mini Devil. Now Mini Devil, he's here in the driving seat for the win now. Callum staying in P5. Yellow flags for the back. Skion is out. If this is a safety car, please don't be a safety. Please, there can't be a safety car, surely. No, it can't. Anyway, going on. Callum really close behind the Alfa Romeo of TRT Marcus. Is he going to be looking for the move? No, he's got a 5-lap tyre advantage, and he's got 12-lap tyre advantage on the lead of Legacy. Has Legacy got enough pace to pull this pack apart? Almost a second to Muteki now. He's going to be looking for a bit of a buffer between him and people behind. But not easy in these conditions. As it's a full second now, and Callum has got past Marcus. And Marcus is now on the threat from Taylor. Going up into the castle section. Is he going to go for the move? No. Thinks better of it. But there's a bit of a gap now for Callum to claw back. But with that tyre advantage, you think he'd be able to do it. Marcus getting swamped a bit here. Under pressure. Taylor drives past. Active subset also gets past. And Kopi was looking a little bit, but thinks better of it. Is he going to go down the inside here? No, can't make that fit. Little bump from his Marcus got damage or something. He's really struggling here. As Legacy, what has happened to Legacy? He must have made a mistake. As Mini Devil is now past. Has he got damage? I couldn't see there. Yellow's in sector 2. Maldonado has retired. Muteki on Legacy. Legacy has lost out. He is down into P3 and he is headed for the pit lane as the safety car is out. Another safety car. Another fucking safety car. Wow. Did he have damage? He did have damage. He must have hit the wall at some point. Fresh inters on the car of Legacy. Marcus and Pines in the pits. As we have only 10 runners left. As now Mini Devil is the leader from Muteki on the same tyres, and then Callum and Taylor with a 6-lap advantage right behind. This is going to be an interesting dynamic, as is that 6-lap tyre difference enough to make the overtake? As hopefully this safety car doesn't bug out again, but is the safety car bugged yet, or is it going to bug itself later? What do we think? It's still there, so at some point it'll have a spasm and teleport. Oh, I need to try and invite Pines. I haven't added. As the safety car is still there. Muteki pits. Is this a front wing issue as Pines is able to rejoin? Is there a new front wing going on? Nope, just a fresh set of tyres. So he'll have fresh inters on the rest of the season, on the rest of the what am I saying? The rest of the race, that's what I'm trying to say. Pines back in this race. Will his Wi-Fi cope with the strain? Still says Safety car is still there. Please stay there. Got a clip from Maldonado we can watch. Let's have a look at this incident. We can't watch on stream, can we? Mini Devil's AI has just got him. So his AI has given him damage. Incredibly unlucky, and this game is incredibly shit. But that puts Callum. That puts him right there. Everyone's caught up. We've had 2 laps of safety car. It can be. Safety car in. But I think this will not be a normal restart, as Mini Devil almost like, depending on how bad his damage is. At what point will Mini Devil smash the throttle and drive off? And yet Mini Devil dives into the pits, and Callum will take the lead of this race. Taylor and Active will be hunting him down. As Kopi, is he going to look down the inside of Active Subset? No. Legacy up into P6 after changing that front wing. Marcus P7. Is this the real Pines, or is this the... I think it might be Pines. I think it might actually be Pines, but it's a laggy Pines. Taylor just 2 tenths behind Callum now. Is he going to be looking for a move? No. Active Subset very close behind as well. Kopi very close behind. Active Subset not close enough to make a move, as in these interconditions it's just so difficult to have enough pace advantage for you to make a move. You really need someone else to make the mistake in front for you to have a chance. And it doesn't look like it's getting any dry, as Pines is able to get past Marcus. So has he fixed his internet issues? Is this Pines now driving for some points to get his championship out on track after the unfortunate retirement of Captain Angus's championship rival? Taylor 3 tenths behind as Active Subset is being dropped here. Doesn't seem pace. Oh no, he's pulling it back. Looks like the Callum is the pace setter at the moment, and Active Subset is being put under pressure by Kopi. Muteki 3 tenths behind Pines. Oh, disconnecting and reconnecting and disconnecting Pines, as Taylor Boss is going to be looking for the move into turn 1. He's going to go to the outside of Pines. Not Pines, of Callum. Is he going to be able to go round the outside? Oh, as he spins in front of Callum, and that is ruining the damage. It looks like he hasn't, but Active Subset takes the lead. Unlucky's now struggling on the exit, and that is going to put Gaz into a good position, and so is Legacy. Legacy, has he got the run on to make the move down the inside? Doesn't. Gaz backs out of it. Legacy up into P4. Callum now P2. Pines has left the session again. He's really struggling. An Active Subset now leads the race. Free 5-second penalty for Pines for ignoring yellow flags. What could... He's a... What? Makes no sense, but... as one gap. But Legacy is very close to the back of Kopi. He's going to be pushing for that final place on a poach, as he just is able to break later. Oh, a big snap of Ode here from Legacy, and that is going to run any chance of taking full advantage of the slipstream, and he's actually going to put him under pressure from Gaz behind. Oh, he gets a little bit out of sorts through the S's, and he's going to not have a great run, but Muteki might have a run here. Quarter of a second behind, but he's just not got enough overspeed. He's not tucking into a slipstream of the car in front. As Kopi has gone deep, it looks, and Legacy is going to be able to take advantage of that and dive into P3. Same as Gaz. Gaz is going to go for the move down into turn 2. Down the inside goes Gaz. And Muteki is going to be looking to pick up the pieces here. And he is going to try and go around the outside of all three. It is 3 wide going down into turn 3. Braking, and it is Kopi who loses out. Muteki takes P4 on 2-lap-old tyres. And now Callum struggling to make inroads on active subset. Legacy will be hunting them both down. And Kopi just half a second behind Muteki now. Also on incredibly fresh tyres, looking to hunt down the leaders, as we have got 6.5 laps of racing left. As the ghost of Pines loses out to Taylor there. And I think it will just be, but Callum is now making a serious inroads on active subset within a second now. He is closing quickly. More confidence maybe in the wet conditions than active subset, but as a famous commentator once said, catching is one thing, passing is another. And it's going to take a lot, or it's going to take a mistake from active subset. And the longer they battle, the more this brings in the likes of Legacy and Muteki, both who have a fairly significant tyre advantage over the 2 cars in front. If you had to predict this one, boys, who is this race win going to go to? Is it active subset? Is it Callum? Or is it going to be iLegacy? Potentially someone completely different, as now the gap is just half a second between the leader and P2. Active subset has got 5 laps to keep his lead. Lap in P10. Active subs, is he on? He seemed to lock up heavily there. Kopi and Gaza battling. Everyone's really within a small space. Look, Callum after his first sector. In a second of Callum. He seems to have kept a more consistent pace of that P. Gaz 6 tenths behind Kopi as well. Let's have a look at how much ERS he will have. Gaz with a full battery, but Kopi with definitely not a full battery, only 40% to play with. Has a little look down the inside, not going to go for it, but is he going to line up a move as Kopi makes a mistake? A bit too trigger happy on the throttle on the exit, and that gives Gaz P5 on track. As sliding through the S section. Marcus still to win. Gonna be a hell of a... as Kopi's coming back at Gaz here. Down into turn 1, they're going to be side by side. Kopi on the inside. But Gaz is able to outbrake Kopi. But does he outbrake himself as he goes wide? Comes back on track. And Kopi is going to retake P5 after Gaz outbrakes himself down into turn 1. And the gaps have kind of stagnated here at the lead. No one really making much of an inroad on each other. Gaz now incredibly close behind the rear wing of the Aston Martin of Kopi, but he's not able to make a move into turn 3. This battling has brought a certain TRT Marcus into play, and will he be looking to make up positions here as P5 is potentially on order? Gaz is able to get past Kopi. Up into P5 goes Gaz. Very low battery for Kopi as well. Could that put him under pressure from Marcus, who has a lot more in the tank? And here we go. Legacy has managed to bring that gap down to just 3 down. And Callum hits the wall. That will be damage for Callum, and that is going to ruin his chances of winning, or maybe even just hanging on to the position he's got, as he is going to be so much slower. Legacy has got to be careful, because this is going to be a slower car in front. Yep, got more of a break, and he's going to have a run on him down into turn 1. I'd be surprised if Callum fights this too hard, as he knows he's not got the downforce, he's not got the same braking potential as Legacy, as Callum pulls into the pits, and he is going to be forced to change that wing as Legacy takes P2, but he's a whole 4 seconds behind active subset now. Kopi now has been dropped a whole second by Gaz, and it does not look like he's going to be able to get that position back, but will Marcus be able to get the position on Kopi? Not close enough, hasn't really been threatening a move. Gap down to about 3/4 of a second, and Taylor Boss is starting to join this battle now as well. Will he be looking to make up some positions? Very close now. Taylor says Kopi's made a mistake. That is going to put Marcus right up the rear of him. Coming down this main straight. Oh, he's all over the shop. Runs in the back of him. Marcus deploying the ERS. Will Taylor have a run on either of them? Doesn't look like it. Marcus really sending it through his S section. He's got a much better run than Kopi, it seems. Going to be picking up the slipstream. Got the ERS, sorry. Stopped using him for a bit, and he is going to go past Kopi. Oh god, very tight. And braking into turn 1. It looks like Marcus is ahead, but Kopi's going to try and hang around the outside. Kopi goes deep, and he hits the wall and loses a bit of his front wing, and that is going to be the position lost to Taylor and Vinny Devil for good measure, and he falls down into P8. And with that wing damage, he's going to be struggling for the last 3 laps of this race, that is for sure. Taylor Boss. Oh, as Taylor Boss spins! And that is his whole front wing gone and the positions, and that is his chance of picking up any more positions over. And he is certainly going to be falling back. I need to get a Twitch code for someone. Bear with me. We'll watch Mini Devil as he's close to Marcus. Okay, and look how close Mini Devil is. Just 10th and a half yellows in sector 2 as Callum gets past the stricken Taylor. Does not look like there's going to be too many position changes in this top 4, but 5th is still up for grabs. Is he going to look down the inside here? No. But he looks with a switch back here, and Marcus gets a poor exit in comparison. Little tap on the wall, and that is Mini Devil through for P5. And Marcus hits the wall. Was that damage? I'm not so sure. And Mini Devil now on P5. Kopi pits. And that looks like the top 6 are now fairly cemented, barring any accidents. Kopi has had to pit for a new front wing, as does Taylor. Sorry, I'm just trying to sort out tier 3 at the same time. Mini Devil, 3-second time penalty. I think Marcus is going to struggle. As active subset is going to go on to the last lap here. Poke is able to get past the AI of Pines. And Mini Devil is rapidly gaining on Gaz here. And is he going to go for the move here? We've got no battery where Gaz has a lot of battery. Mini Devil tries to go down the inside there, but not enough. Big snap of oversteer, and with his 3-second penalty, there is not much chance, it looks like. Gaz is going slow, but Mini Devil's not going to have the opportunity to overtake. Look, he's almost pushing through. Does Gaz have damage here? I have no idea, but no visible damage. Just looks like Mini Devil has a lot more pace in hand. But Subset has driven very impressively on this wet stint. Even with all the tyres, he's kept Legacy at bay. The gap sticking at around 4 seconds this whole time, despite an impressive pace from both of them. And it looks as he just has to navigate the S's in these wet conditions one final time. Nice lift, taking it easy. And it looks as if he is going to win his first race in IFC at a challenging Baku. To take the win is active Subset in the Williams. And he takes checker flag first. Great race from Legacy. I'm sure not be too disappointed with a P2, and Muteki in the Williams as well. Double Williams podiums. Takes the 3rd step on the podium, completing it. We will see Gaz cross the line in and then we have Mini Devil and Callum P5 and 6. Marcus with a strong points finish in P7. Hines' AI will most likely cross. But oh, do we have a race here between Kopi and Taylor? A dash to the line, and Taylor has gotten Kopi, it seems, on the final straight. He does. So Taylor will take P9 in a last... Oh, okay. Thank you. That, I'm sure, will be all. As next up, we have Tier 3. Congratulations to Active Subset on the win, and Legacy and Mutiek for completing that podium. Very interesting race, very challenging conditions, only 10 finishers. Everyone who managed to keep their car apart in one piece score points today. And not a massive impact on the championship, as the two main championship rivals both failed to score big points. Pine's only 2, and whatever the hell his name was, Angus, with an unfortunate retirement. So that will be all. Thank you very much, and we'll be back shortly with what was called Tier 3.